to be doing a thrift haul with you all, showing you items that I have been thrifting for about the past year. So I've been renting the current room that I live in since last fall, and it's the first place I've lived that I really feel like I have the space to decorate. It's kind of like its own little mini studio. It's a large primary bedroom.
Look at all this floor space!
It's got this cute little nook that we're in, and really high pitched ceilings. And it's the first place I've lived that I really feel like I have the space to make it feel like my dream Hobbity home. I've unfortunately moved a lot over the years. I've moved once a year for probably about 8 years. So that taught me a lot about the importance of creating a space that feels like home. I've been dealing with chronic pain and currently multiple medical issues. So having a space that makes me happy to be in, surrounded by things that bring me joy and that are just pretty, is something that I really need for my mental health. So I don't feel like I'm just trapped in a place when I have flare-ups or medical issues that prevent me from going out and doing things. So I would describe my design style or aesthetic as pretty much anything you'd find in a Hobbit hole. I love a lot of natural, handmade items, a lot of antiques, especially wood. And then as far as other aesthetics, I tend to gravitate towards more of the light academia, Cottagecore, and Knightcore. Anyways, let's get going and on to the thrift haul. Okay, so to get started, something I've been seeing a lot in light academia, cottagecore, Hobbitcore houses are candlesticks. So I've been collecting those over the coming month. So I've got this set of 4 brass candlesticks. They're a little pricier. They were $5.49 each at Goodwill. Then I've got this, I guess it's pewter candlestick holder for $3.99, and this was from Savers. And then at a local thrift shop, but I got this brass one, I think is what it is, and that was $3.99 as well. Now, these are my favorite type of candlestick holders. I always saw the shiny copper, pewter, brass candlesticks, but I found some wooden candlesticks. This one I got for $2.49 at Savers. And then I got a pair of shorter ones that are $2.99 each. I think this was from the local Goodwill. And then my favorite candlestick holder I found yet, I'm hoping to find more that have the mirrors in them, is this candlestick right here. So it just mounts on the wall, and I got this for 99 cents at the local, I think it was Goodwill. I also got this little guy from the local Goodwill as well. I believe it was $3.99, so it's got the little top that comes off. And the last candlesticks I got, these were $1.99 each. They're from my favorite local thrift store in the area, it's St. Vincent de Paul. And I love the look of these. I'm not so into the color, so I think I might spray paint these gold.
I love gold!
So the next category are picture frames, and I'm hoping to do a gallery wall with these. I bought some art pieces already, waiting for more to come in, so hopefully I can get that up soon. Originally I thought about doing what I've been seeing a lot with the cottagecore light academia, which were the really ornate gold, brass, whatever you call them, frames, but I'm not a shiny girl, so I like to lean towards more natural, like I said, very hobbity. So I've been going with wood frames. So I've got this one, which was $1.99. I think it's a 4x3. And then we've got this one from Goodwill, which was $4. I've got a lot of 5x7. So we've got that one. And there's another 5x7. And there's this one. $2, and I'm not sure what the price on this one was. I think it might have been $2.99. This is one of my favorites. Got some larger ones down here. These are the 8x10. This was $2 from Goodwill, and then this one I believe was $3.99 from Goodwill as well. And this is my favorite frame out of all of them. I love the detail in the corners. And I wanted to have a lot of variation in the style of frames and even the types and colors of the wood. didn't want it to all be the same monochromatic. I wanted it to look very antique, curated, kind of mismatched. Also got this one. I was looking for more round ones because, you know, hobbits. So I got this little guy for 99 cents at Goodwill. And then this isn't thrifted, but it's one of the mirrors I'm really excited about, and it's going with the gallery wall, so I thought I would share with you all just to complete the vibe. But I got this for $9.99 at my favorite store, Home Goods. I guess we'll move on to shelves and shelving. I believe I got this from Savers. I don't see a price, but I think it was around $7.99. And well, speaking of Savers, I also got this awesome cupboard for $4.99. I think what I plan to do is to put some little potion bottles in here, just make it my little witchy cabinet. Yeah, it's so cute. At the local Goodwill, I got this for $2.49. Spice rack. This little guy I got for $1.99 at the St. Vincent de Paul charity shop. This was Goodwill, and I got this for 99 cents. And then my favorite little wall shelf I got, this was at this local St. Vincent de Paul as well. This little heart-shaped. Not sure how I'm gonna use this yet, but it's adorable and I couldn't pass it up. Thinking I'm gonna probably DIY this and rip out the inner part, but I got this little tea cupboard, and I got this for 99 cents, again at St. Vincent de Paul charity shop. Lastly, I got this one of those accordion rack holders. Used to be more of this lighter color here, but I stained it, and I got this for $1.99. I believe this was from a charity shop when I was up visiting Idaho. So I've been seeing these for a lot more, so I got very excited. And then the last shelf is actually the one up here that I will show to you all. I actually got it from my boyfriend's mother, who also loves thrifting, and she saw it at, I think it was a Habitat for Humanity, $5 only. And I saw it, and when she showed me, I just fell in love with it, and she was just like, here, have it for free. So now it has a home. Book time. So the first book I ever thrifted was actually this copy of The Secret Garden. And this was from a thrift store in Berkeley, and it was $4. At that same thrift store, I got this copy of Robin Hood and His Merry Men.
We're men in tights, tights, tights!
Needs a little bit of cleaning. And this was $2. And that same theme found this illustrated version of Robin Hood at Goodwill for $2. As well as that same trip to Goodwill for the same price, $2, is this copy of Peter Pan. Another Goodwill trip for $2. I found this copy of the Canterbury Classics, science fiction and fantasy. Got all these stories inside. It's a very thick boy. And then at, I believe it was that same trip, I got a copy of the Further Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. I'm really looking for more books that look kind of that leather bound, that have the really pretty aesthetic spines. And that same trip, I definitely scored. Found a copy of Fourth Wing for $2, and it has the lovely dragons on the spine. I know there's a name for this, but I can't remember what it's called, so if you remember, please leave a comment. And the next book I got is this copy right here. It was $2 from St. Vincent de Paul, and it's some of the works of Plato, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. I got really into Stoicism and philosophy for a time. Epictetus is probably my favorite, closely followed by Marcus Aurelius, but I felt that I lucked out, and again, pretty spine. Lastly, I hadn't looked into this. I just saw the copy at Goodwill, again, $2, and thought it fit and was very aesthetic. And that's this book called Molly Flanders.
Oakley dokley.
And she's just sitting there all sassy, and I love it.
Give me a white wine spritzer.
Ooh, it's getting warm up in here. Next, I think I'll go into drinkware. The drinkware that I'm showing isn't actually for drinking because I have my reasons for not wanting to drink out of previously owned items. I know a lot of people do, so it's okay if you do. This is kind of leaning into more of the Hobbit core, Knightcore fantasy. I got this little barrel mug. This is for $1.99 at Savers. I've got this drinking goblet. I'll probably turn it into a candle holder at the local Goodwill for $1.99. Then I got these two pewter mugs, each for $3.99 at Goodwill. Very Knightcore medieval tavern. Lastly, I've got another pewter goblet, or I guess you call it a stein. And it's got the open top. Not sure how I'm gonna use it yet. Might use it to store some art supplies or maybe use it as base. Then keeping with the drink theme, this was a little more of an expensive purchase. I got it secondhand on Etsy. I think it was about somewhere between $40 and $60. This cool tea canister. It has this dude on the other end, but I didn't want to have that. Cared more about the swords. And you can use this to store tea. So I love it. I love swords. Anything stabby.
That's what she said.
And the next few items I'm going to show are from the Oakland White Elephant sale in Oakland, California. If you've never been, definitely check it out. It's for a great cause and they have so many things. So I got this cookie jar, or I guess it's a flour jar technically, because it says flour. But I'm probably not going to use it to hold any food or food items. I'm just going to use it as a storage container. May not even put things in it. It's just pretty and I wanted it. Then at that same sale, I got for $4 and $2 these cute little stands. I know they're, I think, meant for plates, but I might use them for some other things. One of them I'm definitely going to use to hold this up. It's a wood carved, I guess, plate. That's Frankfurt, Germany. I got this because my mom's actually from Germany, not Frankfurt. She's from Munich, but it's a little nod to my German heritage. And then at that same Oakland White Elephant for, I think this was $1.99, got this cute little basket cart. Then the last thing I got at the Oakland White Elephant sale was this little teacup saucer holder for $1.99. The next random little thing I got, let's do this, is this little spice rack. I think it's actually meant for craft supplies. This was $6.99 at Savers, so it's got the little sections for snaps, thread, buttons, pins, needles, and whatever you want for utility. Each of these were $1.99 at St. Vincent de Paul. They're these cute little wooden leaf bowls, so I got 3. There was actually probably 6 of them there, but I had to rein it in a little bit. And at that same trip, this was 99 cents, a little wooden bowl. I got this little vase holder basket thingy, cornucopia, whatever you want to call it. This is from Savers, and that's $2.49. At the local Goodwill, right near my work, I got this little storage guy. I think it's meant for sugar or something like that since it has this little dip in it, but we'll just turn that around and pretend it doesn't exist. Next, I got a couple baskets. So this one is from Goodwill and it was $3.49. This little basket. And then my favorite one I got, this was at, let's see, Desert Industries in Sacramento when I went to visit my sister who's going to college there. And this was $1.50. I love it. It's very fall, very hobbity. So this is probably one of my favorite, most unique pieces that I've thrifted ever. I got it when I was in Idaho, probably almost a year ago. And it's this little trinket dish. Unfortunately, it broke during transport, but if you can see really closely, it's got a little flail attached. So I'm gonna need to hot glue that. It kind of broke off the top if you can see there. And it's just held by this little rod right here. So, and it's just this little trinket dish. And I was super stoked and screamed when I saw it. The lady that sold it to me said it's been sitting there for 5 months. Nobody wanted it, so it was just waiting for me. Now it's fine. So the last things I wanted to show were what I like to call the big boys that are furniture I've thrifted, some of my favorite pieces, and I'll show that now. This is the first furniture piece I ever thrifted. I got it for $20 on Facebook Marketplace. I'm not the best at staging and decorating, so I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with this and what stuff I want to display. My most expensive piece is definitely this antique vintage tea cart, which I got for $100 on Facebook Marketplace. I plan on turning this area of the nook into my own little Hobbit tea area. I want to get that peg accordion rack to hang right here and then display some fantasy mugs and handmade mugs. I'm also thinking of doing a fun little project with the tray. I thought it would be cool to put some moss underneath and then maybe some foliage or critters or little mini weapons. Now this is my favorite piece I've thrifted and I got it for $30 on Facebook Marketplace. It was actually a really sweet story. The lady who posted it, it was probably on a Monday that I inquired about it, and it's about an hour away from where I live, but it was Thanksgiving the coming Thursday, but they said they wouldn't be able to hold it, unfortunately. But I told them definitely let me know if it's still available when I come that weekend or that Friday. And it turns out they were really sweet and they knew how much I wanted it, I guess, because they said they would hold it for me after all. So then drove up to my parents, we spent Thanksgiving together, and then we got to pick up this and it fit perfectly in my car and now it's mine. Well, that's it. So if you're still watching, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, and I'd love to hear in the comments below what items you enjoyed seeing. I'm thinking of eventually, once I get the space more decorated, doing a room tour, so if that's something that sounds interesting and you'd like to see, let me know. I'm awkward and don't know how to end this. Bye!